FCA, and one of our team members will be there to assist you as soon as possible. I do believe this summarizes all of the housekeeping items for this afternoon, so without any further delay, we can jump into the Q&A. At this time, I'll hand it over to the PSG Communications Manager, Shirley Tam, who will facilitate the panel discussion this afternoon and cue all of the speakers as well as the attendees. So once again, panelists, if you can open your mics and your video, and we will begin. Shirley, I'll hand it over to you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Amanda, for the introduction. So we are starting our Q&A panel right now, and we actually will be starting with a few clarifying questions that I am going to be asking the panel. So let's get right into it with our first of 4 clarifying questions that we have received from everyone that we just wanted to ask the panel just so that they could clarify this. So the first question is, interim DP testing measures are for all products or just only critical and life-saving drugs?
This is Anthony, and I can take the first question. I do want to highlight that there are 2 Dell bulletins that were issued in relation to drug product requirements during COVID. The first Dell bulletin was Dell Bulletin 76, which applies to all drugs, and it indicates effective immediately and until further notice, all importers of drugs licensed under Division 1A of the Food and Drug Regulations may, 1, apply expanded use of unique identifiers to allow for confirmation of identity based on physical verification. When laboratory testing is not required for identification, When laboratory testing is required for identification purposes but is not readily available, companies may use a modified approach to that current unique, unique identifier principles are used to confirm the identity of drugs being imported. And then part 3 of that same Dell Bulletin is defer confirmatory testing when required. Health Canada is aware that all importers have expressed concerns about being able to meet confirmatory testing requirements. Health Canada will accept deferment of confirmatory testing requirements if companies are not able to conduct such tests. So I did want to clarify that Dell Bulletin 76 does apply to all drugs, but we do have some language there around company capabilities during COVID-19. There's also Dell Bulletin 77, which completely removes confirmatory testing and identity testing requirements for listed low-risk products only. Thank you.
Thank you. And the second clarifying question we have is, please clarify that no remote GMP evaluations will be conducted for any fabricators.
Hi, this is Teresa. At this time, we are not exploring that option, the GMP remote evaluations for fabricators. However, we will continue to verify and evolve with the situation, and we will make different decisions if we need to in the future, but for now, no.
Thank you. And how long does the remote audit normally take?
Hi, this is Melanie. I can answer that one. It just depends. It depends on, the availability of the documentation, if it's electronic as well as the SMEs. So if, all the documentation is available and the SMEs are available, it could take anywhere from 2 to 4 days. It just depends on how complicated the inspection is and what has been uncovered. So it could be anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 days. It's very dependent on the level of communication that the inspector and the company can actually establish.
Thank you. And the final clarifying question for today is, what are the timelines for the implementation of the updated version of the GUI 0001 and other guidance documentation?
I can take this